This is the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial endowment expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping our show on July the 28th, 2016, leading into a long weekend here in Canada. Of course, in Edmonton and area, long weekend, the end of K-Days, Taste of Edmonton. We have the Big Valley Jamboree and Heritage Days. Hope you are having an outstanding long weekend. We're taping our show on Thursday at 8:43 Mountain. Our radio show runs on 6:30 CHED in Edmonton, Sunday afternoon at 3. If you ever miss a radio show, they're archived on Harold's two websites, HESradio.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. We also have a podcast through iTunes. Type in The World Financial Report on Radio. We're on TuneIn, and we're on YouTube as well. Lots of different platforms to listen to our radio show. Connect with Harold at his website, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. rarecoloreddiamonds.com. 1-800-432-1022 is the telephone number to speak personally and privately with Harold about investing in hard assets. Any questions you have on today's program, you can speak with Harold, 1-800-432-1022. Our featured diamond of the week is a .23 carat baguette cut fancy blue, and this is a beauty. See it at rarecoloreddiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week. And this week, the Fed left interest rates in the United States unchanged. Everyone's wondering, will they raise rates? We'll have to wait and find out. The oil market, oil under $42 today. Canadian dollar at 75.97. The U.S. debt has now hit $19.4 trillion. In Vancouver, British Columbia, they have a 15% foreign property tax. And the reason they went that direction is the housing market completely out of control. Detached homes up 38% year over year to 1.6 million. Foreign money coming in, $1 billion between June 10 and 14. Vancouver ranked 15 out of 17 in home affordability, and they have similar levies in the UK, Australia, and Hong Kong. They're trying to get that market to cool down. So far, Toronto, Ontario has not gone that route. And this week as well, we saw, obviously last week, the Republicans have their convention. This week it was the Democrats, and it will be Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump. And Harold, watching the two different conventions, I'll tell you, the next 3 months in the United States politically are going to be an absolute gong show. It's going to be crazy.
You better believe it, Randy. It's almost embarrassing to live in the United States and listen to what's going on and people's reaction to the two candidates. Hillary is not a very popular person at all in the United States. In actual fact, she's despised by a lot of people. And then you've got Donald Trump, who's brash and bragger, and a lot of people feel underhanded and can't be trusted. So I don't think this is a good reflection on the United States, and at this point here, nobody knows who to vote for because both are so unpopular. I play golf with Donald Trump from time to time, and I was going to play golf the other day, and I pulled out a hat because it was hot out here, and I looked at my black Donald Trump hat, and I decided not to wear it because the fact is, you wear something like that, and you could get into an altercation. You could get beaten up for something like that. So again, I just sort of put that on the back burner. But it's a crazy time, Randy. There's no doubt about it. What's happening in the United States and what's happening around the world is pretty well unprecedented. And this year and next year is going to be extreme. Obviously, with the elections coming up in November, we're going to see what happens. My guess is that Hillary is going to win. The markets will remain stable. If Trump got in, there would be so much uncertainty, and I just think that there's so much hate towards Donald Trump at this point that the fact is that I believe that Hillary is going to win, even though, she's not somebody that I would vote for. The markets have been basically trading in a range at this particular point because the Federal Reserve did not raised interest rates this week, gold actually rallied strong on Wednesday and actually went up $16 on the day. But as we're taping the show on Thursday, the market right now is down $3 at the low of the day, trading at $13.38. The important number for gold to break and close twice above would be $13.80. And just prior to the Brexit situation, we did hit $13.77. Just to show you how important support and resistance numbers are, 1380 is a very key number. We hit 1377 and the market backed off again, got all the way down to 1310. Right now it's trading at about 1330. So again, at this point, you've certainly got the market at the higher end of its range in gold and in silver. Silver's up over $20. It's trading at $20.29 right now. It's down 14 cents on the day. You've got the oil market down again today. The oil market is at $41.60. It's down 32 cents. U.S. dollar has been trading very strong. It's trading right now at about 97 cents. So basically, we've seen a fairly strong rally in the U.S. dollar, and the stock market, the U.S. stock market, has been fairly strong. So what's happening is that in Europe, especially with Britain and Brexit and all that, with the terrorist threats and attacks that have gone on in Europe and the United States and all over, the fact is that the markets are on alert. And when these type of scenarios are happening, gold is a good investment. So gold is at the top of its range at this particular point, or very close to it. However, there are other factors that you need to be concerned about. I've always mentioned this on the show because it's so important. We don't trade gold at this particular time. We buy and hold gold because of the situations that we're faced with right now. Terrorist threats all over the world, currency devaluations, the elections coming up, uncertainty in the financial markets. All of those situations are good for gold. However, the fact that the U.S. dollar is strong is not good for gold, because the U.S. dollar, being the strongest currency at this point, will put pressure on gold. And the higher the U.S. currency goes, and I'm predicting that the U.S. currency will not only break par, but go substantially higher than that, we feel that gold is going to back off. Again, not substantially. You know, at first, when gold was at 1,050 at the beginning of the year and we were looking at the market, I was saying to myself, under an extreme condition, gold could have gotten to 850, which is the heaviest support for gold. However, with this rally that we saw since the beginning of the year that took gold from 1,050 up to a high of 1,377, it's changed the low in the gold back down to about 1,050. So if gold does back off, and I am predicting that it will, I don't think it's going to go below 1,050. I don't think we have any fear at this particular point of gold going to $800 or $900. I believe 1,050 is going to be the bottom of that market. On top of that, you've got not only a strong U.S. dollar, but you've got the commitment of traders report. I brought this up almost every single week to you because it's extremely important. What it tells you, a commitment of traders report will tell you how many speculators or commercial traders are long or short the market, how many feel the market's going to go higher and are betting that that's going to happen, and how many feel the market is going to go lower and are betting for that to happen. So at this particular time, you've got the speculators. You've got the everyday speculators out there that feel that gold and silver is going to take off because of currency problems and Brexit and the terrorist threats and everything going on, and the fact that all the prognosticators right now are saying that gold and silver are ready to take off and hit a brand new bull market. So basically, you've got the gold market very strong. However, there are other factors in the market that you really need to look at, and one of them is the commitment of traders report. And what that basically means is that how many speculators or commercials are long or short the market. And right now, there's a major warning. It's saying commercial short positions in silver hit all-time high, gold shorts also near record. Now, when I read those type of scenarios, I back off of the market. Unless I'm feeling aggressive and I want to trade the futures market and short the market, but that's not for the faint of heart. If you don't know what you're doing, do not do that. Just basically sit back and let the market come to you. If you're one of those out there that are calling and waiting for our buy signal to buy gold, we'll certainly let you know when that's going to happen. But I'm saying at this particular point, the thing that concerns me tremendously is this Commitment of Traders report at record levels, the highest levels ever in history for gold and silver. And from my experience, when you least expect it, those Commitment of Traders reports are going to kick in. They're going to short the market. They're going to gap it open from trading in Asia to New York. And next thing you know, we're going to be looking at gold down $200 or $300. So again, if you're waiting to put on new positions, hold off and see what happens during the summer. Again, if there's not going to be an interest rate hike in the United States, then the gold market could trade in a range until they decide to do something with this Commitment of Traders report. Again, from my experience, I've seen this happen many, many, many times, that no matter how bullish the market is, when this Commitment of Traders report is negative, the market does fall. One of the other things we saw it in 2011 when gold was at its most bullish level, and so was silver. Gold just hit 1,920. The silver market hit $50. Everything was looking like gold and silver were going to hit the highest levels ever in history, and next thing you know, the markets fell substantially. And part of that was to do with the Commitment of Traders report. Part of it was to do with the fact that the exchanges actually raised the margin requirements and made it too expensive to trade gold and silver. So all in all, Randy, at this particular point, nothing's changing with my outlook of the market. Right now, again, I'm not buying gold yet because of this Commitment of Traders report. I do believe the U.S. dollar is going to strengthen tremendously. I also think that oil is going to continue to drop. It's gone from $55 all the way down to $41.60. It's down 32 cents today. By the way, the Canadian dollar's trading at 132. That means if you wanted to go to the United States and convert the Canadian to American, it would cost you $1,320 to get $1,000 worth of U.S. dollars. That's how much the Canadian dollar has fallen. And I do anticipate that the Canadian dollar will continue to fall further as the U.S. dollar gets stronger and stronger and remains the strongest currency in the world. So what I've recommended for the last several years to my Canadian clients is to get out of Canadian dollar-based investments and put your money into U.S. dollar-based investments. My clients get paid monthly in U.S. dollars, and we've converted our Canadian dollars, which at this point, let's face it, our retirement savings plans in Canada are pathetic. Nobody's made any money for 10 years. The mutual fund and stock market, 90% of the people lose their money. So why in the world would you keep your money in that type of scenario? You will never, ever retire by having your money in the stock market or keeping your money at this particular point in Canadian dollars. You need to be brash. You need to step outside the box, and you need to give us a call. My clients are making over 25% a year, and they're making that in U.S. dollars. Not in Canadian dollars, but U.S. dollars. Now, yes, I know that to convert Canadian to American, it's going to cost you what I just said, $1,320 to get $1,000 worth of American. However, we believe the U.S. dollar is going to strengthen tremendously, and the U.S. dollar and the Canadian dollar is going to continue to fall. So for the next several years, we anticipate that our Canadian clients will continue to make huge returns with us, and all those returns are in U.S. dollars. If you're not in that situation, you need to give me a call right away because we have private investments. We deal in alternative assets, not stocks, not bonds, not negative interest rates. We're into making money, but we're also extremely conservative. You need to get out of Canadian dollar-based investments and get into U.S. dollar-based investments, and I can show you how to do that. So give me a call. Again, I know it's Canada's Day or we have a holiday on Monday, but we're still manning our phones, and we'll talk to any of our Canadian listeners to help you get ahead in this extremely difficult and extremely volatile world market.
1-800-432-1022. 1-800-432-1022. The call is free, and when you speak with Harold, it's personal and private, 100% confidential. His website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. Our featured diamond of the week, and this is an absolute beauty. This year, blue diamonds have been in the spotlight, and we are putting in the spotlight through rarecoloreddiamonds.com a beautiful blue diamond. See it online, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week. It's a 0.23 carat baguette cut fancy blue. See it, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. If you'd like to speak with Harold about investing in that diamond, 1-800-432-1022. Gerald Celente, who is an economist and trend forecaster, actually agrees with Harold when it comes to the gold and silver market. He says, we are now seeing destabilization. And that's where gold and silver come into account because those are the safe haven assets. A number of months ago on KWN, King World News, I forecast the next sharp downturn in gold was going to be the last one before the beginning of the next gold bull run. So, while we may see gold and silver prices go a bit lower, maybe even about another 18 to 20% lower, we believe that is going to be the lowest of the lows. And from that time on, it's the beginning of a new gold bull run. That according to Gerald Celente, who is agreeing with Harold. One of the stories that we've followed for quite some time, negative interest rates. And now in Britain, there's talk of being charged to have a bank account. Savers fear negative interest rates as NatWest, a UK bank, warns businesses may have to pay to hold cash. NatWest has become the first bank to warn business customers it may charge them negative interest rates on money held in current accounts. In what's believed to be the first in the UK, the bank has signaled its intention to force account holders to either pay to hold money or move funds elsewhere. That's right. Hit the bricks. Although current plans for negative rates are restricted to business customers, fears are mounting that pay-to-save rates could soon become a reality for millions of customers in the UK. If other banks follow suit, they're actually saying if other banks do follow suit, the outgoing pensions minister, Ross Altman, warned negative interest rates on current and saving accounts pose a threat to the financial security of older savers, who often rely on their savings to provide a retirement income. A number of high street banks, including HSBC, the Post Office, and First Direct, are already offering savings accounts with rates as low as 0. You heard right, 0. So in the UK, NatWest Bank looking at charging business accounts, and I would imagine at some point you're probably going to be in a scenario where they look at charging the average everyday person. They have negative interest rates in Japan. As a result, what did people go out and do? They went and bought safes, and they took their currency, locked it in the safe at home. There was a run on safes. People couldn't buy safes because they had run out of them. And we may run into that scenario in the UK as well. But you don't need to be in a situation where you're making 0% return on your money. As Harold has spoken about quite extensively on our radio show, he has programs in place for conservative investors to make money. And if you're sitting at 0% or 1%, making nothing on your money, give Harold a call, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. And Harold, we know negative interest rates are very strong in Europe. We're talking about Switzerland and Sweden, different European countries. We talked about Japan, and now they're looking at negative interest rates in Britain as well. And if you're an average everyday person, as we've talked about before, trying to get by, a senior citizen, how do you do it? It's beyond difficult, and I really feel very, very sorry for those that are struggling. And when you watch the political events in the United States, whether it be Republican or Democrat, you never hear anyone talk about interest rates and repression, financial repression, which the average everyday person is dealing with as a result of low interest rates. And that's something that I think is a major crime that nobody talks about. If somebody was, as my mother, let's say, was sitting in a GIC getting 5-6%, her life would be very different today. She's doing well, but her life would be very, very different today than sitting in a situation where she's not making the money that she should because of low interest rates and what is called financial repression. Harold, we have about 3 minutes left in our segment here.
Well, it's going to be the destruction of the banking system because people will not keep their money in the bank. I mean, if you've got to pay the bank in order to keep your money there, people are not going to keep it there. The banks have changed anyway. Since 2008 and 2009, they very seldom even deal with the general public on loans or things like that. All the money is so cheap right now, it's loaned from bank to bank type of thing. That's how the banks are making their money. It's not that they're making money, dealing with the general public. So to charge the general public to keep money in the bank, the government believes that it's going to spur on the economy. It's going to make people spend their money. But just as you reported, people are now going to take their money out of the bank, keep it in cash, and keep it in a safe in their home. Now, again, will that hurt the banking system? It has to. They're not going to have any money, basically, to run the bank. So I think it's a horrible situation. It's very dangerous, and it really could destroy the banking system as we know it. And the fact is that I would do the same. I would not keep more money in the bank than I need in order to pay bills, and that's what I believe that most people are going to do. Negative interest rates are going to destroy the banking system.
Talk to Harold and find out more about how you can benefit from negative interest rates, how you can make money while other people are not. Connect with him, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022, rarecoloreddiamonds.com is the website. Get our free weekly newsletter, and you can read the story that we just spoke about. Harold will be happy to send it out to you via email free of charge every week. In the United States, as we touched on, the federal debt has topped $19.4 trillion. And that's, here we go again. There's another issue that you don't hear a lot of talk about at these political conventions. Lots of kumbaya, but nothing about the massive debt that's going to be continuing to grow. And one of the information package stories we have this week, beware of the $10 trillion glut of treasuries as big deficit looms. In fact, the United States is going to be rolling over debt here in the next 5 years in the amount of trillions and trillions of dollars. And if interest rates go up, they're going to be paying more interest, obviously, on that debt. As a result, it will take up more of their budget, pushing them further into debt. So it will be interesting to see how this all plays out, depending on how high the Fed raises interest rates over the next few years, because the United States will be in a position where their budget, more of that budget money, goes towards paying off debt due to higher interest rates. Connect with Harold at rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. Very confusing time financially and geopolitically. And Harold will be happy to guide you through these markets. rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022 for any questions. We're going to come back and talk about diamonds as the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall, continues right after this. Welcome back to the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping our show on July 28th, a Thursday, 2016. Our time is 9:07 Mountain. Long weekend in Canada. Heritage long weekend here in Alberta. And I hope you have been enjoying K-Days, Taste of Edmonton, of course, today. Big Valley Jamboree, final day. 6:30 Ched Sister Station, Kissin. It's Kissin Day at BVJ. And as well, Heritage Days. Don't forget, if you're going to Heritage Days, take a non-perishable food item for the food bank. That is one of their big major drives of the long weekend. And we hope you do have an outstanding weekend. Don't forget, you can connect with Harold come Monday. He will be around, and you can call him on Tuesday if you like. 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. rarecoloreddiamonds.com is the website. His featured diamond of the week is a .23 carat baguette cut fancy blue. RareColoredDiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week, a blue diamond. And Harold, in the first 6-7 months of 2016, let's face it, when it came to auctioned diamonds, the first half of the year belonged to the color blue without a doubt.
Absolutely no doubt. Blue diamonds, especially vivid blue diamonds, the highest saturation color, have gone up more than any other asset in the last 10 years. Blue diamonds back in 2005, 2006 at auction, important vivid blue diamonds were selling for about $200,000 a carat. The latest auctions from this year showed important vivid blue diamonds selling for $4 million a carat. Some diamonds this year sold in the $40 to $50 million range. And again, a blue diamond turns blue because a mineral called boron seeps into the ground and turns the diamond blue. Aside from that, it's the same composure as any other diamond, as any white diamond worth $20,000. It's just such an unbelievable reaction to a mineral that, again, colored diamonds are so much more valuable than white diamonds. Pink diamonds, blue diamonds, green diamonds, orange diamonds, red diamonds. These are the rarest diamonds in the world. These are assets that never, ever lose their value. They're portable private wealth. People in England and Europe that are going through such hardships with their currency and their overall economy and all that, own diamonds primarily because their currencies dropped by 25%. Could you imagine, through one vote of Brexit, the people in Britain lost 25% of their net worth? But they could have hedged themselves. They could have hedged in different areas. They could have hedged in currencies. A lot of our clients bought diamonds and gold as a hedge against all these scenarios happen, the major one being currency devaluation. So our Canadian clients that have invested in diamonds for years have not only seen diamonds increase in value, but they've also seen the currency, the U.S. dollar, get stronger. And because our diamonds are priced in U.S. dollars, the fact is that clients not only made money on the diamond, but also make money on the currency. And because we believe the U.S. dollar is going to get so much stronger, I just think that investing in rare colored diamonds is a sensational asset to own. You know, if you're going to put away money for retirement or for your children or grandchildren, to buy stocks or that type of thing, you're giving them an asset that more than likely will be worth less than what you paid for it when you gave it to them. And that's not why you gave your children or grandchildren a gift. You did it in order to make their life a little bit easier financially. So I shy away from stocks, mutual funds, bonds, anything paper. And what I give my children and grandchildren for the longer term are rare colored diamonds because they never lose their value. They increase in value. And the fact is that they'll do way better over the long term than any stock or mutual fund will. So again, you want to look at that for yourself for retirement or for gifts for the children and grandchildren because, again, we're living in a world that is so unpredictable that your financial situation can change so quickly that you need to own hard assets that are outside of the banking system, outside of the stock market, outside of the bond market, even the real estate market. I mean, look what they're doing in Canada right now as far as British Columbia goes, adding a 15% surcharge in order to stop or slow down the unbelievable increase in the price of real estate and foreigners coming in because their currency may be weakening or whatever, so they're coming in and putting their money into Canada. It's raising the prices so the everyday Canadian can no longer afford to go out and buy a home. It's a very difficult situation. I mean, what are you faced with? Are you faced with a situation of selling your home and taking advantage of these extremely high prices and then going out and renting? Or are you going to play the market and sit with your home and see how much higher it goes? The fact is, if the Canadian government puts a 15% surtax on foreign people buying real estate, it's eventually going to hurt the real estate prices and ultimately hurt the Canadians that are sitting in real estate. So, again, it's a catch-22. It's just another dilemma that we're faced with in this crazy world as far as investment goes. Who would ever think that you would have to be concerned about artificially dropping the price of real estate because the prices are getting too high. It's an unbelievable world, Randy. It's a crazy time to be in the marketplaces. And again, my company, we are much more conservative. We're not risk takers. However, my clients do better than most. My clients are in private investments with my company, and they earn over 25% a year in U.S. dollars. You do not want to be in Canadian dollars at this point. For the last 4 years, we've been saying get out of Canadian dollar-based investments and get into U.S. dollar-based investments through our mining companies and through our through our diamond businesses. Our clients are sitting much better than the norm, and again, they're not at risk. We're not in risky markets. If you're trading stocks and mutual funds, you're in a risky market. If you're trading the commodity markets and leveraging and trading futures, you're in a risky market. But if you're buying a rare colored diamond or investing with us in some of our mining projects, you're not in a risky market. These are safer markets. They just happen to pay much higher returns, and you don't have the risk of trading and dealing in these other markets. So again, Randy, at this particular point, we've always marched to the beat of a different drummer. We don't follow what the crowds do because the general public is wrong almost every single time. In actual fact, we tend to take the opposite of what the general public does, and it's worked out to be a good strategy. But in this type of world we live in now, we want to live with hard assets, don't want to trade paper product, and again, we feel that you want to be out of Canadian dollars and you want to be in U.S. dollars for the next several years. That's where most of the money is going to be made, and that's where my clients are sitting at this time.
Featured Diamond of the Week from rarecoloreddiamonds.com, a 0.23 carat baguette cut fancy blue. See it online. It's a beauty. rarecoloreddiamonds.com, featured Diamond of the Week. Red stones bring added luster to Rio Tinto's annual diamond tender. We've spoken about the tender from Argyle, which primarily features pinks. But super rare red diamond, and obviously Harold has brokered many different investments in rare red diamonds over the years, prized by collectors and the glitterati, are set to steal the limelight at Rio Tinto's annual tender of its best colored diamonds. Only a handful of the tens of millions of carats produced at Rio Tinto's Argyle mine in the Kimberley in the Western Australia are reds, and Mother Nature has been kind this year. Each one is about 1.6 billion years old. The color and clarity this year is exceptional, said Rio Tinto Diamond and Minerals Chief Executive Alan Davies. The fancy reds are just a fluke of nature. It's the extra pressure and the extra heat that generates them. With names inspired by the world of ballet, the top 5 pick hero diamonds in this year's tender include 3 reds. The top-billed Argyle Prima, a 1.20 carat pear-shaped fancy red, is said to be a combination of size, shape, color, and clarity, rarely seen even in the exclusive world of rare colored diamonds. Nicole Kidman, Barbara Streisand, and Jennifer Lopez are among owners of pink diamonds. 90 to 95% of the world's pinks are produced by Argyle, where a $2 billion investment to take the operation underground is near completion. With no guarantee the mine's future after 2020, buyers may only have a few more years to snap up sought-after pink and red stones. We're investing until 2020, and we're going to see what happens after that, said Davies at the world preview of the Rio Tinto, obviously Argyle tender in Sydney in the Opera House. And the results of the annual tender, they are kept private, but they obviously create an incredible amount of money for Rio Tinto. And they are currently traveling the world. They were in Sydney, moving to Hong Kong, New York, and Perth. The tender does close on October 21st. So pink diamonds, Harold has talked about them for quite some time. 95% of the world's pink diamonds going away, possibly in 2020. At that point, it's a secondary market. And you see what's happened, as Harold has talked about, with the blue diamonds. And our featured diamond is one to speak to with Harold about. But we have the 24-karat Cullinan Dream sell for $25.3 million. We had the Oppenheimer Blue sell for $58 million. We also had another beautiful blue, the De Beers Millennium Jewel 4, sold for $31.8. So when you get into the rarefied air of rarity, blues obviously very rare. Somewhere down the line, pinks, which are already rare, going to be even more so. And then, Harold, you add to the mix greens. And actually, we should mention there was a 15-karat vivid pink diamond that sold for $31.5 million. It was called the Unique Pink. That sold in the first 6 months of the year. Also in the first 6 months of the year, the Aurora Green sold for $16.8 million, breaking 2 records, the biggest total overall, and the biggest per carat, $3.3 million per carat. That was a bit of a synopsis of what happened over the first 6-7 months of the year. We touched on it on the past show, Harold. Obviously, we're bullish on blues and reds and pinks, but greens, they're getting to be a very rare item, very hard to find, much coveted, and they are, in the opinion of many experts, including yourself, in the rarefied air of rare-colored diamonds, the next hot color in this market.
You bet they are, and extremely, extremely difficult to get. We're so pleased seeing that, that vivid green sold for over $3 million a carat a couple of weeks ago. Green diamonds turn green because uranium seeps into the ground, and again, will turn a diamond green. So, what I try to do is I try to pick trends in different commodities. We are very successful over the last decade or longer in gold and silver and predicting, different markets that we're going to make substantial moves for a long period of time. We certainly brought to our clients blue diamonds and pink diamonds, which have made gigantic moves and will continue to do so. But in my opinion, the next market to make these gigantic moves in diamonds are green diamonds and orange diamonds. And I would love for my clients to get in on the ground floor of that because we're mining these diamonds. So you're not buying them in a lot of cases when they're already cut and polished. You can invest with us when diamonds are still in the rough state, and that's where most of the money is made. So, again, we brought to you some amazing trends, and we believe the next major trend in diamonds is in greens and oranges, and we're getting in on the bottom floor. We want our clients to take this ride with us. We believe there's a tremendous amount of money to be made in the green and orange diamond market, just like you saw with oranges, with reds, blues, and pinks. And again, those are continuing to move. Every auction, those diamonds tend to sell for more and more and more money, and that's what we're going to see with these green and orange diamonds. Just stay tuned. We're going to hold lots of auctions this year and next year where you will get an opportunity to participate in these amazing diamonds.
And on your website, I know that you do have some orange diamonds. I encourage people to go take a look at them, and greens as well, because the colors are absolutely beautiful, stunning. Take a look, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. Our featured diamond of the week is a .23-carat baguette-cut fancy blue, and you can see it online at rarecoloreddiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week. The most secure and profitable investment, millions of years in the making. We're talking about diamonds. As we touched on with the reds from Argyle, 1.6 billion years old. Rare colored diamonds, nature's art, private, portable, stable wealth. Speak with Harold about, obviously, the different programs he has in place for investment and diamonds that you can invest in as well. Maybe start your own in diamond investment portfolio with a range of colors that will appreciate over time. Get our free weekly newsletter as well. Speak personally and privately with Harold. 1-800-432-1022. The call is free, and anything discussed is 100% confidential. 1-800-432-1022. rarecoloreddiamonds.com is the website. And Harold, we see the world's greatest artwork being sold at Christie's and Sotheby's. And this artwork is, hundreds of years old. Very, very impressive. The world's greatest painters, the greatest artisans. And yet, when it comes to diamonds, no one beats Mother Nature, and no one when it comes to the time spent being cultivated. Here we have pink diamonds, or the red diamond, 1.6 billion years old. This market for rarity and scarcity has any other investment market beaten hands down, and that includes even the great art market that we see selling for record prices weekly at Sotheby's and Christie's.
You better believe it, Randy. Again, I think it's the greatest asset to own at this particular time. Not only are they beautiful, but very valuable. Again, what's extremely important in investing is capital preservation, number one, not losing your money, and number two, capital appreciation, making money. Rare colored diamonds give you both those opportunities. So invest in an asset that will not decline, like stocks or bonds or those type of things. On top of that, they can appreciate tremendously over a longer period of time. You're not going to buy a diamond and in 4 or 5 years be rich from it. It takes time for the diamond to go up in value. You've got to give it an opportunity to get its rarity. And also give us an opportunity to build up our auction business, which is our secondary market, to resell our clients' diamonds. That's what we're concentrating on mostly this year and going into next year is tremendously building our auction business, not only for diamonds, but other hard assets, alternative assets that will do well for our clients. So that's all coming up starting in October. We've got seminars coming up this year. We've got gold sales coming up for our clients this year. We've got so many things that we've been working on, and they're all coming into fruition at the same time. So just hold on for a couple more months, and you're going to start to see a lot of excitement in our auction business that you're going to want to participate in.
1-800-432-1022. You don't need to be sitting in a GIC making no money. You can speak with Harold. There are programs out there where you can be making money today. Speak with him personally and privately. 1-800-432-1022. RareColorDiamonds.com is the website. Featured diamond of the week is a .23 carat baguette cut fancy blue. And we do have auction results for those that are interested in the auctions that take place around the world. Auctions in the Far East, Europe, New York City, London. We have them for Christie's and Sotheby's. If you would like to review them, we'll be happy to send them out to you to give you an idea. In fact, it was a great sale on June the 9th, 2016, New York City, Rockefeller Plaza, Christie's Magnificent Jewels, and the Cullinan Dream Sale. And we touched on it. Lot 261, it was the Cullinan Dream, an outstanding blue diamond. It had an estimate of 23. It went for $25.3 million. Also, Lot 90, an impressive colored diamond ring set with a cut-cornered, square, modified, brilliant cut, fancy, intense yellow, weighing approximately 51.06 carats. The estimate on it, $1.3 million. It went for $1.6. Lot 259, a pair of colored diamond and diamond earring pendants, and they were approximately 16 carats each. The estimate on it, $500,000. It went for $581. Also, Lot 23, a colored diamond and diamond ring from Van Cleef & Arpels, set with a cut-cornered rectangular step-cut fancy intense yellow diamond, weighing 14.36 carats. The diamond was VS1. The estimate on it, $400,000, went for $461. And you find some of the big diamonds, obviously, they go for big prices. But the smaller diamonds, we find that the smaller diamonds have major price increases as well, even better. Lot 85, a pair of colored diamond and diamond earring pendants, each with a cut-cornered rectangular modified brilliant cut fancy intense yellow diamond, weighing 1.6 roughly each. The estimate on it, $20,000, went for $25,000. Lot 187, colored diamond and diamond ring, set with a hard modified brilliant cut fancy intense purplish pink diamond, and the weight on it approximately 0.50 carats. The estimate on that, $25,000, went for $30,000. Lot 189, a colored diamond and diamond pendant necklace. The estimate on it, $50,000. And it was a yellow diamond weighing 5 carats, price realized $60,000. Lot 158, colored diamond and diamond ring by Bulgari, set with a cut-cornered rectangular modified brilliant cut fancy yellow diamond, weighing approximately 6 carats. The estimate on it, $70,000. It went for $87.5. It was interesting to note, too, there was a lot 24, a diamond and a colored diamond line bracelet, designed as a graduated series of alternative oval-cut diamonds and yellow diamonds, and it was originally belonging to Elizabeth Taylor. Now, it was purchased at auction and then resold, and they obviously made a profit on it. The estimate on it was $80,000. It sold for $100,000 after being sold at an earlier date. Lot 116, a colored diamond and diamond ring set with a round, brilliant cut, fancy, intense yellow diamond, weighing approximately 5 carats. The estimate, $100,000, went for $185,000. And just a couple of more here. Lot 223, a colored diamond and diamond ring by Harry Winston, set with a rectangular cut, fancy, intense pink diamond, weighing approximately 0.98 carats. The estimate, $100,000, went for $203,000. And lot 123, a colored diamond and diamond ring, set with a cut-cornered rectangular mixed-cut fancy intense yellow, weighing approximately 12.13 carats. The estimate, $125,000. It went for $245,000. And Harold, we see it's not just the big diamonds that get $58 million that have the great price appreciation. In a lot of cases, it's the diamonds that are selling for $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 that have incredible price appreciation, including lot 123 there. $125,000 was the estimate. The price realized $245,000. Someone made a very, very nice profit.
You better believe it, and that's what we're talking about. It's good to know that the billionaires and the multi-millionaires that have the kind of money to buy a $50 million diamond are investing in $50 million diamonds. That tells you something. It tells you that nobody's going to spend that kind of money if it isn't a good investment. They're not speculating. They're not taking a risk. They know what they're buying in advance. They know what the long-term goal is for that particular product, for that particular diamond. And the fact is, as Randy just outlined to us, it's the lesser expensive diamonds that tend to go up more than any diamond. So we're ecstatic about that. We're going to build our auction business very, very substantially this year. We know that there was a lot of problems in Alberta this year, with oil prices up in Fort McMurray and the fires and all that. And we have a lot of clients that are hurting. And we really need to build and rebuild our auction business now that we have our new technology, and that's what our goal is this year. Diamonds are one of the best investments you can make. Colored diamonds are setting records at auction, whether they're lesser priced diamonds or the most expensive ones, and that's the market that we brought to you over 10 years ago. So we're extremely excited about what the future is for rare colored diamonds and how it's going to help our clients do well.
Featured Diamond of the Week from rarecoloreddiamonds.com. At 2.3 carat, 0.23 carat, baguette cut, fancy blue. See it online. It is a beautiful blue diamond. Rarecoloreddiamonds.com, featured Diamond of the Week. And Harold touched on it. It was August of 2005 that Harold wrote an article, Naturally Fancy Colored Diamonds, the Best Kept Secret. And that was an article that shook the world in the financial world. It talked about rare colored diamonds as an investment. And Harold started his website. And as they say, the rest is history. It has been an amazing 11 years, and it's only going to get better as the rarity of diamonds continues. They're getting scarcer and scarcer all the time. Harold, with about 15 seconds left, happy long weekend to you and your family.
Well, thank you very much, and to yours also, and to all our listeners out there. Have a wonderful long weekend, and I wish you a very profitable day.
Connect with Harold after the long weekend, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. The website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com. If you have any questions whatsoever, the call is free. Anything discussed is confidential. That's it, another edition of the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall. We will talk to you next week.